The rain hits the old garage roof like impatient fingers. Minh types fast, her eyes fixed on the glowing screen. The cursor blinks, daring her to give up. Lan sits beside her, surrounded by coffee cups and cables. "You've been at it for 20 hours, Lan says softly. "Just one more test," and murmurs without looking up. Their breath fogs the cold air of the small space. The heater hums weakly, fighting the chill of midnight. A whiteboard stands covered with messy code and arrows. Each line a dream, each error a wound that never heals. They had sold their cars, skipped rent, and lived on instant noodles. Failure was not an option anymore. Lan throws her a granola bar across the desk. "Eat, your brain's a machine, not magic." And catches it, tears the wrapper, and keeps coding. Her fingers tremble, but her eyes burn with stubborn light. The algorithm blinks red, error after error. Lan sighs, rubbing her eyes with shaking hands. Maybe it's the prediction module again. "No," and whispers, "it's the data bridge, I can feel it." Hours pass, measured by keystrokes and caffeine. Outside, thunder rolls across the empty street. The garage smells like dust, code, and desperation. At 3 a.m, a single green light appears. And freezes, the red lines vanish, the code stabilizes. "Lan," she breathes, "come look." They stare at the screen, afraid to move. The program runs through its final test flawlessly. No false alerts, no crashes, no failure. Silence fills the room before Lan lets out a laugh. It's shaky, disbelieving, almost a sob. They high-five with weak hands, too tired to celebrate. "We did it," Lan says, voice breaking. And leans back, staring at the blinking success message. 9 months of doubt melt away in that single moment. The world outside is still dark, but inside, something burns bright. Lan collapses on a pile of old blankets, smiling, and keeps staring at the screen as if afraid it might vanish. Her father's words echo in her mind. "A computer hobby will never save lives." She whispers into the dim air, "Watch me." When the dawn breaks, it finds 2 women asleep beside a dream. The whiteboard behind them glows with faint blue light. On it, written in smudged marker, are 4 words. No more medical errors. The heater dies with a sigh, but hope stays alive. Their first victory is small, unseen, fragile. But in that forgotten garage, something extraordinary begins. They have no money, no investors, no safety net. Only belief, grit, and a program that works. The future still looks impossible, but they've crossed the first line. Lan mumbles in her sleep, "We might actually make it," and smiles through exhaustion, heart steady at last. The rain softens, the light shifts. And in the quiet between heartbeats, a revolution takes its first breath. The morning air smells of bleach and cold metal. Minh walks through the hospital corridor, heart pounding. Her hands grip the laptop case like it's armor. Lan walks beside her, coffee in hand, too nervous to sip. "Remember," and whispers, "we've tested this 100 times." Lan nods, eyes darting toward the sign. Dr. Anderson, systems director. They stop outside the office door, exchanging a silent breath. And knocks once, twice, and the door opens. Dr. Anderson looks up, impatient, already checking his watch. "Let's make this quick," he says. "I have surgeries in an hour." And sets the laptop on his desk and plugs in the drive. Lan starts the projector, her fingers trembling. The first slide flickers to life, numbers, graphs, a dream in data form. Anne's voice is steady, sharper than she feels inside. "Our system predicts medical errors before they happen." Dr. Anderson raises an eyebrow, unimpressed. "Predictions are guesses," he says, "ideal in facts." And clicks again, and a live demo fills the screen. "The system scans prescriptions across departments," she explains. "It detects conflicts before they reach the patient's file." She runs a test case, 2 medications, same patient, fatal interaction. The hospital's own software misses it. MediConnect flags it in 2 seconds. Dr. Anderson leans forward, the first crack in his composure. Lan hides a smile behind her coffee cup. "Run another," he says quietly. They do. The system catches every risk flawlessly. Minutes stretch into something like hope. Anne's throat feels dry, but her voice never wavers. "This could prevent thousands of avoidable deaths," she says. The doctor sits back, studying her face. His eyes are calculating, but softer now. "You built this in a garage?" he asks finally. And nods, with 2 second-hand laptops in belief. A small smile tugs at the corner of his mouth. "Send me your contract," he says. "We'll start with oncology." The words hit like thunder and sunlight at once. Lan grips Anne's arm so tight she almost yelps. When they leave the office, both are too stunned to speak. Outside, the hospital buzzes with life and sirens. Lan bursts out laughing, tears in her eyes. "We did it," she says, half laughing, half crying. And smiles, disbelief still written across her face. "One department," she reminds. "It's a door," Lan says, "and we just opened it." That night, back in the garage, they celebrate with paper cups and cheap champagne. Lan raises her cup, voice shaking with pride. To saving lives before they need saving. And laughs, clinking her cup against Lan's. She thinks of her father's voice again, cold, dismissive. Then she thinks of the green checkmark on the hospital's screen. Maybe belief can be a kind of medicine, too. Outside, the rain starts again, but it sounds softer now. Inside the garage, 2 women toast to the impossible. Their code glows blue on the wall, quiet proof of change. They don't know it yet, but history just noticed their names. 6 months later, the garage is silent, but the city knows their name. MediConnect appears in medical journals and late-night interviews. 15 hospitals use their system. 40 employees fill the new office. Minh An stands by the window, watching the Seattle skyline fade in fog. Lan walks in with 2 mugs of coffee, smiling with tired pride. "We did it," she says softly. "We're actually here." And nods, but her mind lingers on her father's silence. He hasn't called, not once. Her mother left a voicemail full of forced affection. "Your father's proud, dear. We always knew you'd succeed." And deletes it without listening to the end. At lunch, her assistant hands her an invitation. Family dinner at the Lux restaurant, again. Lan raises an eyebrow. "You going?" And shrugs. It's not about them anymore. That night, she scrolls through her inbox. Partnership offers, interviews, awards. Success feels heavy, not sweet. Lan knocks on the glass wall, holding champagne. "Vital Health just confirmed the acquisition," she says, eyes shining. And exhales, half relief, half disbelief. $180 million, Lan adds. "We're legends now." The team cheers, popping bottles. Confetti flying over keyboards. And smiles, but her chest feels tight. Her phone buzzes, 5 missed calls from her brother. He had mocked her once, now his tone drips with flattery. "Hey sis, maybe we could collaborate. Medicine and tech, perfect match." She stares at the message until the words blur. Family interest always arrives late, wrapped in calculation. She texts Lan instead. "Dinner with the team tonight, no family talk." In the conference room, laughter fills the air. They toast to the dream that survived on caffeine and code. And looks around at the faces that truly believed. Lan, the friend who refused Google. Devin, who sold his bike to buy servers. Carlos, who still sleeps in the office. This is family, she thinks, the kind that chooses you. Her father's voice echoes in memory. Real jobs save lives. She glances at the latest hospital report. 0 medication errors. Maybe this is saving lives too. The next morning, she wakes to news headlines. MediConnect acquired by Vital Health for $180 million. Her inbox explodes. Investors, reporters, old classmates. And then, her mother's post on social media. A proud moment. We always supported our daughter's vision. And laughs, sharp and tired. She drafts an email titled Boundaries. No unscheduled family visits. No contact with board or staff. No public statements about my career. She signs it, regards Minh An, CEO MediConnect. Her finger hovers a second, then clicks send. Outside, the city wakes under pale light. Lan walks in, holding croissants, unaware of the message sent. "What's next?" she asks, and smiles for real this time. "Next," she says, "we build something even bigger, but this time only with those who believed." Lan nods, raising her coffee. "To the believers," she says, and clinks her cup, "to freedom." The diner smells of coffee and rain-soaked pavement. Minh An sits at a corner booth, fingers tracing old scratches on the table. Lan waits beside her, calm but alert. "You don't owe them anything," Lan murmurs. "I know," Anne replies, "but I need to hear the truth once." The bell over the door jingles. Her family walks in like strangers, entering foreign land. Her father's suit gleams. Her mother clutches her pearls. Her brother Than smiles like a politician before a deal. "And darling," her mother says, voice too sweet, "what a charming place." And gestures toward the seats, expression unreadable. "This booth," she says quietly, "is where MediConnect began." Her father wipes the chair with a napkin before sitting. "Let's talk about your future," he begins. "Our family name carries weight in medicine." And leans back, her eyes steady. "My future is already happening, Dad." Her brother laughs lightly. "We could help expand it. I have connections in neurosurgery circles, big donors." Lan snorts under her breath and opens a folder from her bag and spreads it across the table. Printed emails, text screenshots, names, dates. Her father frowns. "What is this?" "Receipts," and says, "proof of your support." She points to one email. "September 2020. You told Dr. Jenkins my company was a hobby." Another page. "February 2021. Mom, you told Aunt Carol I was pretending to work." A third. "December 2022. Than, you warned investors to avoid me." The table falls silent. Her mother blinks fast, hands trembling. "And we were worried for you," she whispers. "No," and says softly, "you were embarrassed by me." Her father's face reddens. "You think success makes you superior," he growls. "No," she answers, calm and sharp. "It only revealed how conditional your love has always been." Than's voice turns cold. "Don't fool yourself. You got lucky with a trend." Lan's chair scrapes slightly, tension cutting the air. And doesn't flinch. "I built something that saves lives," she says. "And I did it without you." Her mother covers her face, tears finally real. Her father stands, jaw tight. "We're your family, and..." She gathers the folder, sliding it back into her bag. "Family believes when no one else does," she replies. She drops a few bills on the table for coffee. "Dinner on me." Lan rises too, placing a gentle hand on Anne's arm. They turn toward the door. Behind them, silence replaces pride. And doesn't look back. Outside, rain drizzles in slow silver lines. She breathes it in, the scent of freedom. Lan glances sideways. "You okay?" And nods, for the first time. They walk down the street, away from judgment, toward peace. The bell rings one last time behind them, soft, final, and clean. 1 year later, the skyline gleams outside the glass tower. Minh An adjusts her badge, Chief Innovation Officer, Vital Health. The title still feels strange, like a borrowed crown. Her office is bright, the air filled with quiet focus. Lan stands at the doorway, tablet in hand and a grin. 200 hospitals this quarter, she says proudly. And smiles, setting her coffee down. "We did that." They share a look that says everything: struggle, survival, belief. Her phone buzzes with a new voicemail. Her mother's voice drips through the speaker, soft, rehearsed. Darling, everyone at the club is talking about you. We'd love to update the family album. And presses delete before it ends. She's learned to protect her peace. Later at therapy, Dr. Reed leans forward gently. Your mother, reaching out more often now, he notes. Yes, and replies, tracing the scar on her hand. But she still doesn't ask how I am, only how I look. He nods slowly. Progress is rarely pure. She smiles faintly. Neither is family. The next week, she signs the final paperwork for her foundation. Lightrise Fund, capital and mentorship for women dismissed by their own families. Lan claps as the document prints, pride bright in her eyes. You turned pain into purpose, she says quietly. And shrugs, but her throat tightens. It's about giving others what I needed most. At the launch event, cameras flash, investors mingle. And speaks from the stage, voice steady and warm. We measure success not by approval, but by impact. The crowd applauds. In the corner, her brother Than watches, expression unreadable. He approaches after the speech, hesitant, older somehow. Congratulations, he says. I misjudged you. And studies his face, then nods. It's not too late to do better, she says. He leaves without another word, and that's enough. That night at home, Lan cooks pasta while music hums softly. Carlos pours wine, laughter filling the kitchen. And looks around the table, her chosen family. Lan, Devon, Carlos, their partners, their kids. No comparisons, no cold pride, only warmth. She lifts her glass, to the ones who stayed. Lan grins, to the ones who never asked for proof. The toast echoes in laughter and clinking glass. Later, when the apartment empties and stands by the window, the city lights ripple against the dark water below. Her reflection stares back, calm, grounded, whole. Her phone vibrates again, one message from her mother. Proud of you, followed by a single heart emoji. And reads it once, then sets the phone down. It doesn't sting, it doesn't heal, it just is. She whispers to the night, that's enough. In the quiet, peace settles deep and real. The girl who once coded in the cold garage has become the woman who builds futures. Outside, the world glows softly, no longer against her, but with her. The night hums softly over the city skyline. Minh An stands by her office window, the glass cool beneath her palm. The garage door from her first workspace hangs on the wall behind her. Its dents and scratches glow under warm light like old battle scars. Lan knocks lightly and steps in, curls tied, eyes bright with news. 217 hospitals now, she says with quiet pride. And smiles, the kind that begins slow and ends certain. Do you remember the first? She asks. Lan laughs, and you spilling coffee on the server. They both laugh until their eyes glisten with the memory. The clock reminds them of her therapy appointment. Dr. Reed waits, calm as always, notebook open. You've rebuilt everything, he says. How does it feel? And thinks before answering, like breathing without armor. He nods, and your family. Mom sends texts, Dad stays silent, Than avoids my name. Her voice holds no anger, just truth. Sometimes, she adds, peace is learning not to chase noise. That evening, her loft glows with sound and color. The long oak table overflows with food, laughter, and friends. Lan brings lasagna, Carlos pours wine, Devon's twins scatter drawings. No one speaks of money or legacy. Here, no one measures worth by bloodline or title. And raises her glass. To found families, she says softly. Lan grins, to the woman who wouldn't quit. The room fills with warmth and clinking glass. Outside, rain brushes against the windows, gentle, familiar. Later, when the guests leave, and stays behind to tidy up. She walks to the office corner, pausing by the garage door. Her reflection merges with the past, tired eyes, unshakable fire. She touches the metal, feeling history in her fingertips. Tomorrow, She'll finalize the foundation for first-generation dreamers. The kind of people who start with nothing but will. Her phone buzzes with a new text from her mother. "We're proud of you." She reads it once, then smiles. Not bitter, not moved, just calm. Validation has lost its weight. She whispers, "It would have meant everything once." Now it's only air passing through open hands. Her laptop screen glows with a new slide. TED Talk, redefining success. She practices softly, words steady. Success is not acceptance, it's self-recognition. She pauses, breathes, and repeats it again. Through the glass, the city glitters like a million possibilities. Lan texts from downstairs, "Don't forget to sleep, genius." And types back, "Tomorrow we begin again." The office grows still, lights dimming one by one. Only the garage door remains bright under its spotlight, and stands before it, whispering to the echo of who she was. "I am Minh," she says, "and I save lives in my own way." The reflection smiles back, peaceful, certain, whole. Outside, dawn begins to rise, soft and gold. The world waits quietly, and she no longer needs its permission. The morning sun spills through the tall windows, soft and gold. Minh stands alone in the quiet office, breathing steady. The garage door behind her gleams like memory, made solid. She runs a hand across the metal, feeling its cold honesty. Once, it was the wall between failure and faith. Now, it is proof that both can build a future. Her phone buzzes with a reminder, TED Talk in 1 hour. She takes her notes, then looks out at the skyline. No family waiting, no applause owed, no debts unpaid. Just peace, earned one sleepless night at a time. Lan appears at the doorway, smiling softly. "Ready to change the world again," she teases. And nods. "No," she says, "just ready to tell the truth." They walk toward the elevator, steps light, hearts calm. The doors close, sealing behind them the ghost of old pain. Outside, the city hums awake under rising light, and whispers to herself, words meant only for her own soul. "I found home in what I built, not in where I came from." The sun rises higher, and she walks forward, free at last.